feel the exact weight your chest carries at this moment. I heard the silent cry of your soul during the early morning hours, that plea for help that found no words, only tears that streamed down your pillow when no one else could see. Know that this channel brings reflections based on and grounded in the Word of God and the principles and foundations of the Holy Bible for your spiritual strengthening and growth. That is precisely why I prepared this meeting with such zeal. This message is for you, my beloved daughter, who has been desperately seeking direction, waiting for a message from God now, in this moment of so much confusion, loneliness, and weariness. Why does silence seem to reign precisely when you most need an urgent answer? There is a very profound spiritual purpose behind the waiting that has exhausted all your strength. My word guarantees that I am the Good Shepherd, that I know my sheep by name and give my life for them. Today I have come to heal the wounds of your long journey, to validate every disappointment you have had to swallow in silence, and to deliver the promise that will transform your story. I will guide you step by step out of this valley of anguish. If this word of God is touching you and already beginning to bring the peace you have been seeking, comment below with your name, the country, state, and city where you are following this revelation, and the time of day where you live. Let your spirit speak louder than your fears and write in the comments, Lord my God, I am here. I signed up because I love you and want to hear you. If my invisible care calms your heart, leave a like as a sign of your faith, confirm your registration in this sacred space of encounter, and share this communion with another woman who also needs support. Remain with me until the last word of this prayer. I will give you a clear answer at the end. A sacred phrase will be whispered to the heart of whoever remains, and whoever writes this phrase in the comments will receive prophetic blessings released in pure faith. Answer me honestly before we take the next step. What is your heart pleading with me in the depths of your silence? Write in the comments the word of our covenant at this moment. Hope. There is an invisible weight on your shoulders that the world doesn't know, a deep root to this exhaustion that you haven't yet understood, and it is precisely about this hidden pain that I will reveal the truth to you now. The people around you only see the fortress you have built on the outside. They see the woman who supports, who cares for others, and who smiles even when her heart is wounded inside. But I, your Creator, contemplate the depths of your being. I intimately know the weight of this loneliness that accompanies you, even when you are surrounded by a crowd. You have carried burdens that were often not yours, swallowing anguish so as not to worry those you love, and this has slowly drained your spiritual vitality. Many times you have retreated into the darkness of your own mind, questioning whether anyone truly understands your pain. I understand, my beloved daughter. Not a single tear you have shed has been in vain. As it is written in the book of Psalms, chapter 34, verse 18, "The Lord is near to the brokenhearted, and saves those who are crushed in spirit." This promise is the anchor for your weary soul today. When you feel your spirit crushed by the invisible pressures of life, it is precisely at that moment that my presence becomes denser and more protective around you. Your pain is valid in my eyes, your weariness is real, and I honor your resilience in continuing to walk, even when everything seemed to collapse. However, what you haven't yet understood is that the emptiness you've been feeling lately doesn't mean absence. There's a silent movement operating at the roots of your story right now, something that will completely alter the course of your destiny. If you feel that my embrace has brought refreshment to your soul now, leave a like as a gentle sign that you receive my love. Unite your heart to this work, inscribing your life in this space of daily encounter, and spread this seed of comfort, sharing this message with those who also cry in secret. Now that your pain has been recognized by me, tell me sincerely, what is the heaviest burden you would like to place in my hands today? Write in the comments the word of your liberation so we can mark this moment, healing. The hidden reason behind all this silence and the root of your true spiritual renewal will be revealed to you next. I know that many times when your heart poured out in the silence of your room, the only answer that seemed to echo was a painful emptiness. You have already asked me, why don't you answer me? Why does this anguish have no end? My beloved daughter, my silence has never been synonymous with abandonment. There is a celestial and profound difference between forgetfulness and preparation. When a seed is sown in the cold, dark earth, no sound of its growth is heard. Everything seems asleep on the outside, but in the hidden place, where the light of men does not reach, the roots are stretching and strengthening to sustain the fruits that are to come. Such has been the journey of your soul. You have faced icy winds of uncertainty that tried to tear away your hope, but I was acting in the invisible, allowing your spiritual roots to cling even more to my faithfulness. The book of the prophet Isaiah, in chapter 40, verse 31, reveals that those who wait on the Lord renew their strength. They soar on wings like eagles. They run and do not grow weary. They walk and do not faint. Your long wait is not a punishment. It is the care of my hands. I am forging within you a structure so strong and unshakable that no future disappointment will be able to make you crumble. This time of apparent quiet is my love working in your favor, arranging details of a peace you cannot even imagine. Your faith, which at times seemed like a small ember about to be extinguished in the current of pain, is being guarded by my breath of life. If your soul begins to understand that I am working in silence, let your enjoyment be a silent offering of gratitude to me. Make this space your dwelling place of peace, confirming your enrollment to be together every day, and spread this seed of comfort by sharing the message with a heart that also finds itself forgotten in the desert. Open your inner self to me now. What would you accept to leave behind today to live the new story I have built for you? Write in the comments the word that seals this understanding: renewal. Take a deep breath and quiet your spirit, because what I have to reveal to you in the next step is a covenant of provision and a call to intimacy that will transform everything around you. Your waiting has yielded valuable fruits in the unseen realm, and it is precisely about planting and harvesting that my spirit wishes to speak to you in this sacred moment. If it is possible for you, and only if peace dominates your inner self, transform the gratitude that now comforts your soul into a true seed of love through this channel. Consider my immense love and the grace of my Son Jesus, and support this spiritual work using the link in the description of this video and also in the pinned comment. There you will find the prepared space where your contribution of affection can be deposited and consecrated directly before the Creator of all things. You can support with any amount, and always remember in your heart, give only what fits within your reality today. I receive each gesture with infinite love. The material value does not matter. What truly matters to me is the sincerity of the heart of the one who gives. For what seems like little to you may mean a great deal to the one who receives and carries this message forward. For those who feel the desire to contribute any amount, moved by a sincere heart, please remember to include your name and city with your contribution. On the first day of the following month, in a unique and deeply special video on our channel and on the Divine Love the Voice of God page, your name will be lovingly remembered and mentioned in a form of gratitude and prophetic prayer. For it is written, each one must give as he has decided in his heart, not reluctantly or under compulsion, for God loves a cheerful giver. Second letter to the Corinthians, chapter 9, verse 7. Every offering made in pure faith is a precious seed before me, your Lord, and I will not fail to bear fruit in the fields of your life. I see your struggles in secret. I know your purest intentions, and I reward you in the sight of all. Remain with me until the end of this message, my daughter, because I still want to deeply touch your heart with my voice. If you feel the desire to walk in covenant of gratitude with me, leave your like as a sign of your surrender. Confirm your constant presence on this channel through your subscription, and share this sowing of light with someone who also needs to reap hope. Now answer. My whisper, what miracle of provision does your soul most yearn to see flourish in your home? Write in the comments the word of our harvest, seed. There is a surprising strength being born from your apparent weakness, and that is what I will show you next. There are days when weariness invades your soul in such a dense way that even breathing seems to require immense effort. You look at yourself and feel that your energy is exhausted, that there is nothing left to offer yourself, because you have already given everything to others. You feel that the legs of your faith are faltering. But, my beloved daughter, listen carefully to what my spirit whispers over your life at this very moment. Your exhaustion is not the end of your journey. It is the beginning of my supernatural intervention. When you say you can't take it anymore, that's when my hands take complete control. The second letter to the Corinthians, chapter 12, verse 9, states, My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. I connect this eternal truth to that exact moment when you sat in silence, feeling your chest tight, believing you had failed. You did not fail. Your fragility is merely the empty cup that I am now filling with my unwavering strength. The world has taught you that you need to be strong all the time, but I teach you that in my embrace, you have the freedom to simply be my tired little girl. Allow my breath of life to replace your exhaustion. This weakness that consumes you today is the altar where my miracle is already being forged. However, for this strength to remain burning within you, constant nourishment is necessary, a daily provision that I have prepared exclusively for your desert days, a companion in the early mornings that I will reveal to you shortly. If you feel that my grace is sustaining you now, leave your like as an invisible embrace of acceptance. Join this flock of faith by confirming your subscription to our channel and share this current of love with someone who feels weak and needs my strength. Now that you know that your weakness is my stage for miracles, confide in me in the silence of your heart. In which area of your life do you most need my strength to manifest today? Write in the comments the word of our divine pact, grace. Stay with me, for there is a gift of love and care waiting for you. I know that the early mornings have been lonely, and that tears often insist on marking your face when the silence of the house becomes too heavy. For these moments of extreme vulnerability and weariness, I don't want you to face the darkness without the light of my love guiding you. My care for you is constant, designed to restore your strength with each sunrise. For it is written, "The Lord's mercies are the reason we are not consumed, for his mercies never end. They are new every morning." Lamentations chapter 3 verses 22 and 23. If your heart feels a deep desire to go even deeper with me in this covenant of ours, to have a daily remedy for your exhaustion, know that I have left you a gift in the form of a journey. It is something I wrote with immense love and infinite affection for all my beloved daughters and sons. The digital book called Divine Love Devotional, The Voice of God. It was carefully prepared to accompany you day after day, in silence and intimacy, serving as true companionship in the early morning hours. Access to this communion is also in the link in the description of this video and in the pinned comment. And my daughter, if today it is not possible for you to take this step, do not condemn yourself in any way. Just remain with me here, stay in my lap, because I will also continue to sustain you through this same message, and so that your heart may find complete rest and not be confused by anything. Soon after you register in faith, access will arrive very simply in the email you registered, with all the correct instructions step by step, to begin your reading and your new beginning. Take a deep breath. Trust in my faithful presence very close to you. However, there is a mystery about your recent tears that you still need to understand. What you called defeat was, in fact, my strong hand blocking your future suffering, and that is what your soul needs to hear now. If the promise of my daily companionship brings you relief, leave your like as a seal of peace. Confirm your registration, so we can walk hand in hand every day and share this invitation of love with someone who needs comfort in the early hours of the morning. Now, in the depths of your being, what do you most want me to tell you when you wake up tomorrow? Write in the comments the word of our continuous union, presence. Continue listening to my voice, for the secret of the doors that have closed will bring immediate liberation to your heart. You wept intensely for that door that closed so abruptly before your path. You felt deep in your heart the bitterness of apparent rejection, believing that you had been left behind, that your time had run out, and that your prayers for that specific dream had been completely ignored by me. But my beloved daughter, your emotional horizon is limited by the wounds of the present, while my eyes contemplate the totality of your existence. The book of Proverbs in chapter 16, verse 9, sovereignly declares, "The heart of man plans his way, but the Lord directs his steps." I transport this sacred word to that exact moment when disappointment invaded your soul, when your dearest plans crumbled and you felt completely helpless. The spiritual truth that descends to set you free today is this: what you perceived and wept over as an irreparable loss was, in truth, my hand of immense mercy snatching you from an invisible abyss. That situation, that bond, or that scenario that I painfully blocked in your life was covered in hidden thorns that would have mortally wounded your peace and destroyed your inner joy. I preferred to bear the weight of your tears of momentary incomprehension rather than see your soul sicken and bleed for years without consolation. That no that I allowed to frustrate your desires was the most passionate and zealous yes that I decreed for your absolute protection. Do not lament any longer what was taken from you, for my refusals are indestructible shields forged in pure love. However, a new and gentle clarity is about to dawn in your mind, a light that will sweep away this entire dark period of uncertainty and bring a calmness that you no longer remember feeling. If your soul finally understands that your losses were my greatest deliverances, leave your like as a sign of deep trust in my vision. Confirm your subscription to our channel so that I may continue to guide your steps with wisdom. And share this revelation of love with someone who bitterly mourns today for something they have lost. Now delve into the intimacy of your silence and answer me. Through which closed door of the past would you offer me a simple and relieved thank you today? Write in the comments the word of your security, shield. Remain with me, for the stormless dawn I have reserved for you is only beginning to reveal its brilliance. The darkness of your night of anguish lasted too long. I witnessed every moment your sleep was interrupted by fears of the future, when you spent long hours waiting for dawn to pass quickly, for your mind found no rest. But I come to announce to you today, with the gentleness of a father who deeply comforts his little girl, the long night of weeping is finally coming to an end. The book of Psalms in chapter 30, verse 5, seals this unshakable truth in your spirit. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. I gather this eternal promise and pour it out precisely upon your life now, preparing the ground for when you open your eyes in the coming mornings. Instead of waking with a tight chest and gasping breath because of the many uncertainties that surround you, you will feel a gentle breeze of clarity invading your inner self. The immense weight of despair will give way to a tranquility that the world cannot explain. It is my peace dissipating one by one the dense clouds of your mental and emotional confusion. The phase of battles fought in silence has exhausted your strength, but now a new cycle of profound restoration begins. Your days will no longer be marked by the terrible feeling of going in circles without getting anywhere. I am commanding calmness to descend upon your mind, bringing back that serene and true smile that the storms of life had stolen from your face in recent years. If your soul yearns for this immense relief and already feels the pleasant warmth of this new sun shining for you, let your like be a silent confession that your hope has just been reborn. Confirm your constant dwelling under my daily protection by subscribing to our channel, and share this morning light of consolation with someone who is still trapped in the darkness of an inexplicable pain. Tell me, in the safe intimacy of your thoughts, what is the first feeling of peace you most desire to feel tomorrow upon waking? Write in the comments the word that opens your new phase, dawn. Calmness is already dawning on your horizon, but there is a final adjustment your heart needs to make before receiving from me the ultimate answer that will seal this message. Before I deliver the definitive word that will seal this encounter, your inner self needs to be completely emptied of the remaining doubts. You have come this far because your soul recognized my presence and my voice from the first moment your heart was touched. But there is a thick barrier of fear that still tries to prevent you from receiving the new. The book of Hebrews in chapter 10, verse 35, exhorts you with immense and loving clarity. Therefore do not throw away your confidence, which has a great and glorious reward. I connect this powerful celestial truth to the present and exact moment of your life. For my answer to find a permanent dwelling place in your exhausted mind, you need to release the shackles of control. You have been tirelessly trying to understand how I will perform the miracle, when in truth, I only ask that you trust that I will do it in perfect timing. The genuine preparation of your inner self begins when you stop questioning my invisible methods and start resting fully in my unwavering faithfulness. What I am about to whisper to your spirit is not just a fleeting consolation, but a golden key that will unlock the understanding of your entire great purpose from now on. If your soul is ready and willing to empty itself of fear to be filled with my absolute certainty, let your like be an invisible sign of your total surrender to me. Confirm your constant dwelling under my care by subscribing to this channel so that your heart remains anchored in this peace every day, and share this spiritual preparation with someone who also needs to align their faith in this difficult time. Now, confide in me in the sacred silence of your thoughts. What are you willing to let go of right now to be able to hold on to my promise? Write in the comments the firm word that represents your courage, readiness. Prepare your spirit, beloved, because the key you have sought so much during sleepless nights will finally be given to you. Your heart has journeyed through deep valleys of anguish and extreme weariness until it has reached this precise moment of profound revelation. Every invisible tear you shed in the seclusion of your room, every sigh of uncomprehended pain, and every silent prayer have been gathered by me and have brought you to this celestial clarity. I have spoken to you of the incomparable strength that is born from your apparent weakness, of the magnificent deliverance that was lovingly disguised as painful losses, and of the serene dawn that is already beginning to warm your suffering soul. Now I seal all this understanding with the answer I promised you from the beginning, that sacred and powerful key capable of unlocking your mind from the prisons of exhaustion and abandonment. Listen with all your soul, my beloved daughter. The word that liberates your future, that dispels your fears, and that you must keep as your most powerful shield from this day forward is this: I can do all things through him who strengthens me. This is the absolute truth that will firmly sustain you when the winds of adversity try to blow against you again. As an act of profound faith, true surrender, and a direct response to heaven, write this exact phrase in the comments now. Let this declaration echo like an unbeatable cry of victory in the spiritual world in your favor. Our journey of restoration is only beginning and does not end here. Your soul needs to continue to be watered daily by my love, and there is much more that I still wish and need to reveal to you about the wonderful plans I have built for your life. So continue listening to my voice through our playlist here on the channel, letting each message wash away your open wounds and strengthen your trembling steps day after day. I am the safe haven for your weary mind. I am the ultimate cure for the wounds of your past. I am the certain victory that awaits you at the dawn of tomorrow.